Hello everybody, this is Jeff with Only Passengers, here for a three-part series of Disney history at Walt Disney World. Today's history is going to be about President Richard Nixon at Walt Disney World in the contemporary. Now, we all know that Richard Nixon has a lot of history with Walt Disney. He was one of the first families on the monorail, and he was kind of kidnapped by Bob Gurr. I've heard the story. It's a really funny one. Secret Service didn't realize it, but they kind of motioned Bob Gurr to hit the go button on the monorail, and he did. Secret Service didn't realize it, left him on the platform. Off goes the monorail. So Bob Gurr kidnapped Vice President Nixon and his family just for a closed loop ride on the monorail, which is also one of the first times the monorail at Disneyland made a full and complete loop without breaking down. Now, let's get back to the East Coast. Walt Disney World, the contemporary, November 17th, 1973. It's a little 2 years after Walt Disney World opened to the public. President Richard Nixon now gave his speech, "I am not a crook." This speech did not include his famous hand quotations. However, this speech was also about his taxes, not Watergate. He owed about $400,000 worth of taxes, and he paid it. It's a lot of money in 1973. $400,000. He was also getting paid to be, as a president, you get paid. He was making about $200,000 a year to be the president of the United States. So in the contemporary, if you come in on the monorail, you go down to the level with Chef Mickey's and the gift store, locate the stairs, go down another level, head to the north end of the building. You will locate the Ballroom of Americas. This is the room that he gave his speech. Now, if you're in that hallway, you're going to notice 4 sets of double doors on your left-hand side. It is the second set of doors you come to that he entered to give his speech. On the other side of those doors, in the ballroom, probably by about 12-15 feet is where he actually gave his speech. I was there for an event last week, and I sat almost at the exact front right corner of where his stage was located. I'm a huge history buff, and that is completely amazing to me. So to talk about the ballroom a little bit, the carpet's been changed, the walls have been painted, but the ceiling remains the same. It still has the mirrored pyramid features that you can see while he's giving his speech. It's a really, really pretty room. It's very large. There was a lot of people in attendance that day. If you get the chance to go down there and check it out, please do. Now here's a little bit of that speech that we all know.
I want to say this to the television audience. I made my mistakes, but in all of my years of public life, I have never profited from public service. I've earned every cent. And in all of my years of public life, I have never obstructed justice. And I think, too, that I can say that in my years of public life, that I welcome this kind of examination, because people have got to know whether or not their president is a crook. Well, I'm not a crook. I've earned everything I've got.